Introducing your co-hosts, Chedda Mike, Lil Mattress, and Dave. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit.
Hello, how you do? Episode 21, 3-piece and a biscuit. That's right, coming at you. I am the rideshare idiot, just a driver. How you guys doing?
Good, good. You know how it is.
Doing it.
Here. Michael John at Chedda Mike, Twitter. You know, look at the link down below. Shout out to the Steam team. Shout out to the Google Plus squad. We know where you at. We keep it live and direct.
Oh, your favorite crisis actor here, Lil Mattress, LILMATTRESS. On all social media, hit us up on this hotline, 203-941-0045. Check me out on also anywhere that you can get a digital album. Just dropped a new album called Pumpernickel. Look it up. It's out there. Google Play, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. Bandcamp. It's out there.
Yes.
Lance and Lil Mattress and Lance, Pumpernickel. Bars.
Gotta
Yes,
go check that out.
yes.
Definitely. And
Sniff
possibly,
the black label.
possibly a little 3-piece and a biscuit, right? Project
Yes,
underway.
coming out soon.
Coming
we got
up.
the decentralized music.
Oh, I
Shout
like
out
that.
to the Steam squad.
I like that.
Ain't no one holding us back with our lyrics.
So how was
Yes.
the week? Interesting week nonetheless. I mean, I think right off the bat, right, the elephant in the room, just saying if you're going to follow week to week, get it out right out the way, right? NFL and the anthem, is that right?
And
Yeah, came
kick
back
the show
to bite
off.
him in the ass, right?
You know, I
Yep.
guess it depends on who, you know. But so as
Who got
everyone
the
knows,
last laugh?
the decision,
the
world.
fans get the last name,
the
right?
world is laughing
The
right
world's
now.
laughing, yes. The
But
laugh
yeah,
has
so
stopped.
NFL passes a decision. And again, it really wasn't a decision, right? If I could be Mr. Technical before we begin.
Can you find out how much the fine is too?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Because it again
don't know
much
if
to
they
do about
released that
nothing.
yet.
Not much to do about nothing because this isn't something that is new. There was an actual rule that was never enforced. The players are actually supposed to hold the hold their helmet in one hand, you know what I'm saying, with their hand on their chest for the other one. That's how it was supposed to be. It was never enforced. And then all of this started happening, started questioning, like, you know.
What year was this first rule?
Actually, one of the last two collective bargaining agreements. So it is within. It was something that had come up, and it was just after. You know, everything comes back to 9/11. You know what I'm saying? But shortly after that, you know what I'm saying, was just like, you know, look it. Let's just, you know, because again, protesting.
Yeah,
is,
no, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
We're supposed to, as Americans, we're supposed to be able to protest, right? Supposedly.
100%.
Freedom isn't free.
So, but this rule was not in place. And so we have a good part of the public that says, hey, if you have a rule, the rule must be in place. You know what I'm
In
saying?
place or
we
enforced?
Enforced? Right,
Enforced,
yes. I'm sorry. Correction there.
Yep.
Enforced. So this rule was never enforced. So finally, now we have the whole thing, you know, Colin Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying, decides to take a knee in protest of, you know, what he deems as injustice to black and brown people.
Yep.
And then it kind of snowballs into this, you know, whole thing where now it is NFL comes out with a statement that it is, you know, the players must come out.
Yeah.
What, two choices, right? Either wait in the hallway, or not the hallway, but whatever the entrance
You can
is.
wait in the
stay
locker room.
Yep, yeah.
They said you can wait in the locker room, or
But-
they will also have a designated area where you can be and choose not to stand. If you
Oh,
want to.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There were two
Uh-oh.
options.
Outside the stadium in a white square box. So these are the people that don't want to stand for the anthem.
I'm not sure.
Possibly,
You know, I don't,
but that would
I
that
feel
would
you.
seem odd. But okay, so yeah, but I thought so we have these two choices, and now then you have the public saying, you know, yay, nay. So that's kind of what it is.
The public's actually kind of happy about that.
I think the public might even just be kind of sick of the whole issue in general. Like, it's not a fucking. I don't know. It's not a. It's, in my opinion, it shouldn't be the main focus of the game, and that seems to be what it is. And now I think the NFL, they're trying to take the focus off of it, but the focus is going to be who's not on the field.
They
Who's not on the
messed it
field?
up. Yeah,
who's not on the
they
field?
messed it up.
Like,
Yep,
that's what it is. But also, and then they said if the players do come on the field and choose not to stand for it, then there will be a fine.
Yep.
But I know that at least one owner has come out and said, we got that. We're paying the fines if you choose to
Jets
do that.
owner, yep,
So,
yep, the Johnson family.
I know
So-
that the NBA though it's actually mandatory for everyone to be out there in the
Yeah,
anthem.
but see, here's the part about it. Adam Silver, the head of the NBA, is very close with the players, so he's just like, look, guys, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He goes, but we stand for the flag. So
Exactly.
to the NBA's credit,
They're
or I don't even
united.
say to their credit, well, no, they say they're trying to form, the other. Now, whether they get the exposure, they're saying, but we're going to handle it in another way. So as far as reaching out to the inner community and trying to help,
Yeah.
we don't know if that's productive or anything, but that's how they got them all. The big downfall in all of this is one, public perception. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the public anything, like maybe they can learn about about civics and the Constitution.
Is it public perception, or is it the perception of the people so that they could go and sell their tickets so they get money? Because that's all that really matters, right? The fans.
Well, that's
make the fans happy to get to get the ticket money.
NFL lost a lot of money, so a lot of people are trying to figure out, is this related to the anthem?
So this is the
I don't think that it's related to the anthem, because I think that there's a slew of things where it was snowballing, that this was just one of the things that made people kind of wake up and saying, like, all right, look, blaming the NFL for, I think, what we have going on.
There was a lot of marketing by the NFL for the commercials that did the whole family united
all the time.
And
Absolutely.
You realize a lot of these family members have sons and daughters in the military.
Yeah,
so
well,
they kinda
talk about sons and daughters,
themselves.
though. Like, what was
Fathers,
one of the
mothers.
problems was
Sisters,
the
brothers.
violence associated with
Nieces,
all of
nephews.
this.
Yeah.
Again, with the NFL, prior to, again, there's people beating women. You know what I'm saying? Like, gun charges, drug
gladiators,
charges,
man.
things like that. So do they get a pass
Entertainment.
because they're glad? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I mean,
no, you're right.
In essence, so. It seemed like the NFL did this partially to try to see if they could recoup some money, and partially to see if they can really satisfy a Trump. And he still comes off like snobbish, saying like, now the next thing is just like, if they don't want to do it, they shouldn't even be in this
listened
country.
the first time.
First off, like, again, 2 cents, 3-piece, a little biscuit for you.
Yeah.
I think our commander in chief is a little scorned that he didn't get an NFL team. That's why he was picking on
Is that
them.
why he's so orange? He's scorned.
Right?
Get it? Oh shit.
That is. So
I also think where the NFL fucked up at is because they come out and they try to appease both sides, but then immediately it comes out that they didn't even talk to the NFLPA. They didn't even talk to the Players Association. So that's like
all of the owners.
You guys
weren't
claim
in accordance.
You guys claim that, like, okay, no, this is for everyone and everyone agrees on it, and it's like, whoa, you didn't even talk to us about it.
Here's kind of how it didn't. I think you'll agree with the picture that was painted. Imagine 28 or 32 teams all in a room, owners. Okay, so like you said, there's still player reps and stuff like that, but you have the owners in a room. The commissioner, Roger. Oh yeah, Roger Goodell. Some of them might even be in that pedo game. We don't know.
Yeah, you know.
But
one of them's trying to free Meek Mill. Right? I don't even know.
I thought he got in again. I thought he was out. Okay, so Roger Goodell come in, tell all of the owners, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. They don't do it. There's going to be a fine. What do we think? So I don't know exactly, but maybe a little over half of the owners had a decision. The owners that were spoken to said, a couple guys said yes, nobody said no, a lot of silence in the room.
Yeah.
The yeses won, and then after you had guys like Woody Johnson saying, look it.
I didn't say
No, he goes, I'm paying the fine. You know what I'm saying? He goes, we should have had, they should have had the players union and, things like that. So
okay, well, maybe that leads to a players union.
Again, this could potentially lead to a class action lawsuit. It's going to be like the NFL doesn't care about our military, and it has nothing to do with the if people can honestly just acknowledge the fact that what got it started,
Well, and too, I think it's about the actual issue that it's black people protesting police violence. Like, if people were taking a knee to protest opioid addiction, what would it be?
No, but here's the thing. No, here's the thing. There's photos, I think, from 2000, I think 8, 10, or 12. Okay, but even multiple years. Tim Tebow actually took a knee against abortion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
that's the other thing
was he
too.
disrespecting the troops? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it comes down to also the NFL makes all this money. Where do your proceeds go to? Because usually the only way they give money is like, hey, if you give $100, we'll give 10%.
Stupid money.
Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous money.
Here's what I'm saying though is though that like you were saying before though, if they actually if they put some of their money towards research on concussions because they know their sport is the number one fucking thing to
exactly. Well, what if guys were taking a knee for concussions? Like, I'm taking a knee because Junior Seau fucking blew his head off because he had,
you want to know
migraines
something
for life. Like, would then they be
right
pissed?
after this? Maybe tagging somebody along these lines, and that might.
We'll have to put it in the.
This is fire starter information right here because
Prodigy.
No, because you
have.
Don't forget you have what's his name, Howie Long's son. Who, you know what I'm saying, like, who's very, very, advocate of, I guess what?
The
equality?
money that they're making, and you look into the stuff that they're donating to.
Some players do things.
It just doesn't match up to what it could be.
Some players do things, and then the ones that do things, they get chastised for doing it. Like Howie Long's son, he gives away. He played for 3 teams. He gives, like he announced this year, he's giving away a year's salary to those 3 areas, those teams in the situations that need it. So that's a commendable thing. And then you have people coming in. Again, it sucks to say, like, they're swinging a little closer to the right side, saying like, well, yeah, if my father was a Hall of Famer and my life was gifted to me, I'd be giving away a year of my salary too. So when does it? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, but those are the people that you just don't have to listen to. Like, listen, no matter who the person is, no matter the lifestyle that he came from, he's choosing to give money to a situation to make something better. Everyone else can go eat a dick.
Yeah. No, but see, the part is, though, because then we will also do it, and we are all guilty of it, and we sometimes do it very well, is that backsided comment of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, well, if I had,
Yeah.
But
I mean, no, it's all okay. It's all okay to complain about and talk about, but I mean, the guy's doing something good. Like, so.
Yeah.
If people complain, people complain.
Yeah.
That's completely okay.
Haters, hate.
So
I think it does all come down to the reason that people are kneeling in the first place. I think that's the biggest issue, and that's why people are going so nuts about it, because there's always that, like, I hear on the AM radio all the call-ins of, like, who's white calling in and going like, man, they need to just respect it. They need to respect it. And like, that's not a black guy calling in. You know what I mean?
If anyone's kneeling, they should have a website to why they're kneeling, and some sort of thing that they're doing.
More to go with it. See, here's the thing, because you do have
activist type shit.
You do have.
All right, you know what? I'm a professional. I'm kneeling, but at the same time, I'm outside the NFL with the reason.
But
here's the site.
You know what they're gonna do?
Sign the petition.
WhyIKneel.com.
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 We should see if that's out.
But you know what's gonna be funny, and it should. Oh my God, yeah, right. Look it up. Well.
It's probably a porn site. It's probably a fucking porn site, to be honest with you.
What's
what
that,
is
Rule
it?
46 or something of the internet is just like whatever exists can be, add porn to it, and there's like a new version of it. But I don't know. So we're about 10 minutes into the show, 10 minutes into really the national anthem. Is there any deeper to go into it? You know
I think it's going to be interesting.
It's going to get angrier, I think.
There's that. But there's also, I think it's going to be interesting when we find out what the fine actually is. Because is it going to be the fine is $500, or is it going to be the fine is fucking exactly?
Well, no,
that's going to be interesting.
And then they can say, well, where does the money go?
Ain't shit to them.
Then where does the money go as well?
Because here's the thing: in the going by the letter of it, the fine is to the team. It's not to the individual. So if Johnny Badass and whatever Snowflake Jones want to take a knee, the team is paying. It's not what I'm saying. So again, are you going to anger the mob by messing with the team? You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, so you're saying that if I was in the NFL, I chose to kneel, I'm not getting fined, my team's getting fined?
Yes, the owner. Yeah, the team.
I thought the player,
the organization, right? No, your player check will not be garnished. Now, the owner can make a decision on what to do with your game.
That's
check.
The other thing too, is that they did say that the owner gets to choose how to discipline the player if they choose to discipline the player.
Yeah, so if you're the star of the team, you can do what the fuck you want.
Well, and that's why people are saying like
that's back in the day, Magic Johnson
like,
with
but they can't discipline them if, hey, I'm hanging out in the locker room till this is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they can't discipline them for. And even that's the other thing too, is that's a relatively new thing of the fucking actually being on the field for the national anthem. It's a relatively new thing.
Yes and no. Actually, I was trying to look it up because I was of that camp for the longest time because it is relatively new. When we got into the super sport athlete, it kind of became like, oh, he might be on the tub, the train, like whatever.
Well, you just go and check every Super Bowl and then see if the national anthem, if they stood up or not.
Well, no, here's the thing.
That should be the deciding factor.
Well, no, because here's the thing though, because it started out.
Because not every team.
When it first started out, okay, is the birth of it all really happening for sports, sports related, NFL related. Okay, it was in the 40s.
In 1950, 60, they all fucking stood up.
Right. It was at a time where nationalism was needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not needed now. I know it sounds like I'm about to say something loaded, but it was at a time where it was just like the world was in shock. We just finished World War II. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're about to play some football. Like, thank God we
well, that was the other thing too.
You know?
And it was an honest time where people were proud to be Americans.
Well, a good,
you know what I mean?
portion and perception, because let's not forget, because there's a lot of these star athletes that still looking to a flag doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yep. Doesn't mean it means a tremendous opportunity, but it doesn't necessarily mean the end zone. You know what I'm saying? It means a focus. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It doesn't mean we've landed. It means this is how
And then the other thing too is, for the focus to solely be on the players is annoying in itself, because you know what? They don't stop serving beer while the national anthem's playing. They don't stop serving nachos while the national anthem's playing. So now, and like you're not there like, yeah, let me get a hot dog. Oh, wait.
So now,
National
hold on.
anthem should
Wait
be
till
a
this is
challenge.
over.
Here's the thing,
Exactly.
though, right?
It's not the fucking freeze tag
No,
challenge.
you're a millionaire today. Like Gary Vee should tune in right now to you, and he'd be republishing like.
Yep.
I gotta rewrite this
That's
and
like
write
in
these
the
things down.
in the military though, like when that horn sounds,
You stop. Yes, you stop on the bass. You know, when you hear.
Walking like.
But-
5 minutes go by, the big go.
But
Continue walking.
hey, to your joke though, I've been in line where people have stopped, turned
Yeah,
around in concession stand, and you know what I'm saying? Take so.
yes.
No,
You know,
there's definitely a
goes among-
percentage of people that do that, but to only complain about like these guys on the field
Yeah.
aren't doing it, but like the dude literally standing next to you is
Like-
probably on his fucking
Well,
phone,
here's the
not even
thing.
standing up
Here's what we're saying.
with a hat on.
Well,
you know?
wait.
Hey, you see me? I'm waving right now.
Exactly.
If I get to sit on my couch next to my fridge and have my beer whenever I want and change channels, you better be standing if I put it on your channel.
Exactly.
If not,
Yeah.
you can change the channel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So I think it's
Yeah,
gonna get
and-
ugly, but I think it is a.
And to that, it's also interesting that Colin Kaepernick, to me, is the one that him and the NFL are the ones that lost the biggest in this, because Kaepernick, he was being scouted by like 5 teams, and then it came down to, well, are you gonna, if we hire you, are you gonna kneel? And he's like, yeah, that's kind of my thing. That's my gimmick now. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that kneels.
Yeah. Otherwise, because
Otherwise, he's a sellout.
Neil.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, here's something else, I guess, to continue and
He's gonna
I
change his name to
mentioned
Neil
this.
O'Neil.
Again, you don't know. Is he going to pursue? Is he going to pursue a religion and really, build on the character development of this, or
Right.
We'll
is
see
this
how
who he
far
is?
it goes.
He'll be at WrestleMania next year.
No, he won't. Vince is
No,
come on.
no.
You're pretty soon we're going to be standing at. Well, they stand at WrestleMania, right? National anthem gets played at these things.
No,
No?
because Vince doesn't like it. It's usually America the Beautiful.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
I knew there was something.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm sorry. I knew there was something they got
He
played.
found his way around it.
Yeah.
No, but he loves it. Come on,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's
Oh, he's-
definitely out of the
he's been-
nationalism authoritarian.
America versus Japan. America versus.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
WWE was the first public event to run after 9/11. They were the first public event to run.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Oh
Vince
no,
got
man! The
power.
Yankees said the same thing.
Linda
I think
got
it's an East
power.
Coast conspiracy that this.
Yeah. I mean, well, because
No, but I
and
think
even
you're
though
right.
if you're not doing it in a selfish reason, like it's a good thing to say for anybody who did it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, we were the first ones that came back and fucked the terrorists. It's
That
a good
whole-
thing to.
Oh,
We're not afraid.
That whole McMahon family still resides in Connecticut, right? In the
Absolutely. I told you. I
fucking castles of Connecticut.
Yes,
Greenwich.
I told you. Yeah. I dropped off right next to Triple H's house. Just
How was that looking?
like you say, like castle. Like it should be in another country. But
Yeah,
that whole
yeah.
neighborhood is like that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it's.
He got his own moat.
Maybe I couldn't see past the fences. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it's definitely.
Did they point it out to you? Whoever was
Yeah,
around
yeah,
there,
yeah,
they were
yeah.
like,
It's
Triple
funny,
H
the
lives
kid I
over there.
dropped off. Yeah, he's just like, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but just like, I didn't turn it. I mean, I'm not a super fanboy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and I knew that I was in the area.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
But yeah, that was super cool.
Triple.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with this NFL thing. Like I said, I think the biggest thing is I want to know the number of the fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because if is it $100,000 a player? Is it $100
Yeah,
a
but
player?
see,
I
then
think
it's-
that's going to be a big.
I think it's gonna start at 10,000.
yeah.
Same seems like a
That's another thing too. Is it first
I
offense,
think it's-
second
yeah,
offense, third?
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And
Yep.
then
And
does
again,
it get to
10,
just
15,
monetarily,
25.
or does it get, hey, if for the first 6 games you decided to do this, you're out next game? That'll be interesting too to see if the penalty.
Well, I don't think.
gets crazy.
I think that would be the internal thing. I think on the other level, again, it depends on how it hits the teams. Does it move up, or does it because the next way to, because again, these are billionaire owners, so they can
Yep.
be like, okay, we can just pay them. It's like not to get off real quick, but Yankees in a luxury tax. You know what I'm saying? Like they were able to survive
yeah.
it. Like the
No, you're
NFL, they will unless it's $100,000. You know,
The only thing they got to keep in mind is that if this is gonna hurt their brand, they don't care about
yes
their
and
pocket.
no, yes
It's
and
the-
no
it's just
though,
the image.
because this can still really hurt their brand.
Well,
this can still do it.
That's what I mean. So like,
here's
that's
to
why
my.
when you're talking about I understand $10,000 to these people is like $1
Yeah,
possibly.
to a player, it's
But
not much.
to the legacy of their foundation though, like let's say if it was like a TV station or whatever, it's some less people will see them if more and more fines go to them. You know what I mean?
You think that's part of? I think that's part of the
The
part
money
of the
could
logic.
eventually matter. It
Yeah.
could build
Yeah,
up enough
yeah,
to where it
yeah,
matters.
yeah.
Again, the only way for it to matter is to make money matter.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Bars
It's-
has because I know Jerry Jones flip-flopped a lot. Did he talk about this at all? Does
I
anybody
haven't
know?
heard anything from him, but I'm sure he gets, he's the Cowboys, he's Americana, he's
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
he's a rootin' tootin' cowboy. He's gonna
Well,
He's allowed
that's the
to
thing is he
flip-flop.
was, and then he was just like, "Oh, you guys don't agree with me? Oh, no,
Yeah,
the other way, the other way."
Because see, here's
So-
where I think because we have two types of consciousness maybe that's happening. One, there's a patriotic one that's going on. Because I saw an article, PC culture. PC culture is actually being switched now. We're going from, I think, politically correctness to patriotic correctness. You know, but which way does it turn? Because I think a lot of this started with losing money, and obviously Trump helped fuel it, but was now part of the change was saying no, we should stand, but now. Do you have a certain amount of people that are saying that are choosing to turn the other way then, saying look, this isn't about the troops and
yeah.
I don't know, but like you said, it wasn't always
I think there's some that are just like, oh, just shut up and play the fucking game.
That's the biggest
yeah.
part about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've got stand, don't stand. It really doesn't matter. Like, if you're doing asshole gestures, like, you know what? You're probably going to get fucked with, But stand, don't stand. You don't have to, because I think if you want to kneel. If you're not, just don't hold a sign up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't. But
Yeah.
aside from that, I think I really think it's a
double-edged
non-subject,
sword
America.
Because I mean, you could go out there being a player, rocking red, white, and blue socks, and it might work for you, and it might not.
Yeah.
It's like the actress out there
But
that she wore that big Trump dress.
Yeah, yep.
And it got her a bunch of fucking views and hits.
And I think the NFL fucked themselves just by paying so much attention to it. Like, if they didn't give it so
Yes.
much life, it would have been an afterthought by now, and Colin Kaepernick would have still been playing and still been kneeling, and everyone would have been like, okay, that's his.
Exactly.
When I think
his
because
choice.
it wasn't going, I hate to say it, because I guess the issue is not going to be, fixed, or it's just not that relevant to everybody, or no one wants to take it to that next level. And I'm referring to what Kaepernick's trying to stand for and other players. But,
Yeah.
I would love to know, really, because I mean, no offense to him, but like I said before, if you're really standing for something, show me the fucking .org.com.
Look it up, but you want to know something though? In
mean,
Colin
and
Kaepernick's
I know he
defense,
does a
look
lot
this
of
up.
stuff.
Yeah, he
I know
would be.
he does a lot of stuff. I understand that, but to one certain degree, it has to be like that's your full-time gig then, because you're not in the sports anymore. You could
Yeah, but they
do
can't
some
do that
sort
though,
of-
because we could be that person, but the thing is, we have our regular lives.
Well, then that's where his lawsuit's gonna come in. Then if they're gonna bar him from football.
Well,
Is that what it is?
yeah, and like I said, I kind of think he has something right now. Now making this. Well, here would be the other thing. This might be the light to get him a job, saying, "Welcome back, Colin."
But
Just
what's that
when
say
when
though?
the anthem's over, you can
what's
come
that
out.
Say to an employee that doesn't want to follow an employer's code.
Two things:
So that
get
means-
another job, right? You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
So I mean, he has to fucking toughen up and fucking play the game and kneel in the lock. You can't.
Well, like I
sit
said,
in the
I
locker
think
room.
now this
And
might
now, yeah, this
this
has
may
a
welcome
chance.
him to the game.
Yeah.
Then saying, you know
Exactly,
what,
yeah.
welcome back. You can't,
Welcome back, Colin.
refer everybody
To
to
the
your
locker
website.
rooms.
But yeah, then he'll be the one player that decides to stand there, put his hand on his heart, and have like the name of a website on the back of his hand. So
WhyIKneel.com.
yeah,
Yes, exactly.
So,
Telling
but
you. Hey, let us know,
That-
man, if we are completely fucking wrong, if we're completely right, if you agree, if you disagree, hit us up 203-941-0045. Call or text. It's free. There's of
Yes.
course absolutely no charge. Let us know what's what.
No charge whatsoever.
yeah. So anything else? Where do you want to go? I mean, there's a lot of things happening in the world right now. What do you want to say? Stick to local, national. Go ahead.
Let's just stay in the sports realm real quick and knock these out. Basketball right now.
I'm feeling it.
Give me the foil. Give me the foil, because
Yeah,
man,
there
both
you
of
go.
them, both
Sports
series.
foil, sports
listen,
foil,
we're going
sports foil.
Give me double hatted up right now.
Sports
because
foil.
Both series go to 3-3. Shut up.
I know.
Both series go to 3-3,
NBA
and the
ratings.
games aren't even close. Golden State
Talk
won
about-
yesterday,
yeah, right,
like
the
115
home,
to
the
fucking
road.
82.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yep, I know.
Yes.
I know.
Like, so
Jitterbugs.
really, like, so one day Houston is so much better than Golden State, and then the next day Golden State beats them 115, 80, whatever.
Well, don't forget. I mean,
It ain't like that.
maybe, but part of it, I think in the end, I was kind of pulling for the Rockets just for the upset, but I think we agreed that the Warriors were going in there. But Chris Paul was injured, so that's probably might be an easy way to solidify. Oh, actually, this does tie in. You guys have to look this up. Tell me what you think. Fat Klay Thompson. Have you guys seen him?
No.
This
I
guy's
have not.
doing his thing. You know who Klay Thompson is?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a fan of the Golden State Warriors who looks like Klay Thompson,
Oh,
but he's about
fat.
40, 50 pounds heavier. But he
funny.
goes to the games. He's got decent seats. He
Yeah,
wears
yeah,
the
yeah.
jersey.
Yeah.
The team's running in off the he's up there,
Yeah.
and he's fat Klay Thompson. It's
And
great.
He's
great.
got his claim to fame.
I
for
think he's like I said,
being fat.
You didn't hear first, maybe third, but fat
Yeah.
Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
he's
shout out
hopefully
to
he's
him.
making doing a video. Maybe we should have him on sometime. Fat Klay.
That's
Maybe you
what's
could be
up.
our first star.
Right?
A lot of people now thinking
we'll hang out on it.
they're over here thinking now it's a possible Golden State Warriors versus the Cavaliers, or do people still think it's good?
Well, let's get to the East Coast now.
Celtics, Rockets.
I think people definitely think that it's going to be the same old same. I'm, like I've said past however many episodes, I'm just if one of them doesn't make it. Like, I don't care if Cavs make it and Golden State doesn't and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, just
We're
make it
recording
something
tonight.
different.
The game's on tonight, folks. In case you don't know, this is going to be pre-recorded and then played later. But I'm hoping for the Celtics.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
either way, it's going to come out to we're all going to be able to say, "See, told you."
Yeah.
I really didn't say nothing, but I told you.
Right.
But I'm still want to pull. I see both sides. I want to see LeBron pull it out because I like
I
this
do not.
chase of Michael Jordan. That's what I really like about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I think people always have the case of Michael went 6 times and won 6 times. LeBron's
I know
been
all
there
of that.
fucking
Yeah,
63
yeah.
times.
That's
and won
fine.
twice,
Different
you
eras
know?
of games. Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I as a sport can appreciate it because I at the end of the day like. Either one of them's beating me in horse one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Comparing
So
Jordan to Irving. What's
Dr. J,
to Magic Johnson.
Magic. You can't. LeBron's probably a closer, but
Wait, so my question to you is on the totem pole.
Oh, what comes down to favorite type of player?
Yeah.
Honestly, a little bit of Magic because I like the big man passing. You know what I'm saying? But I do like Michael's points, which lead me to LeBron, the big man passing points. So, but yeah, I mean, you guys know. To me, I think Jason Kidd, I think was the greatest, point guard. But again, you have Chris
was
Paul,
nice.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So, but
I fucks with Kyrie.
yeah, and actually in all of this, who you won't hear for a while, and I think maybe justifiably so. But Kobe, right? What do you think?
I think it's
'Cause he's
because he's
retired, he's
so
out of the
new. Because
conversation?
he just retired. He's so
Okay.
new into retirement. I think he almost gets lost a little bit because
like
of the
Tim
injuries at the
Duncan
end
now.
of the career. Yes, exactly. Like
Yeah, well, I think-
people
Like
forget
two
about
dudes
David
that did,
Robinson
sound
and
solid.
Yeah.
They're the shit.
No, I say
and look up on the internet. Karl Malone is the second highest scorer of all time. That
Yeah.
does not even register in my fucking head that it's Karl Malone.
'Cause he's
you know
a
what I mean?
cowboy, baby.
For real, he is. It's weird.
Shout out to you,
But
and
also,
their starry skies.
For me, it's such a different game that they played. Like Michael Jordan Michael Jordan versus the Knicks was a fight.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
fucking game where you can get elbowed in the head and didn't have to go and sit in a trainer's
you know what,
room
though?
for the rest of the game.
And
Like
it-
LeBron, and it's not LeBron's fault, but the game that's
The
played
product-
right now, exactly. The product that's played right now is how many times can you go down the court without a foul being called?
Look at-
Maybe 3.
It was strange because right now the refs are like first quarter, these guys are going aggressive as fuck. They're looking for fouls. They won't get a fucking damn thing.
Yeah.
Third, fourth quarter, bullshit going
Well, but
like
see, here's
crazy.
you have the sports enthusiast, okay? Because sometimes, and I think we all get caught up in this, where it's just like where you have your two boys fighting. It's like, no, let them fight, and then one dude goes for a nut shot, and you're like, no, wait, no,
Yeah,
we got. So I think maybe the referee is trying to take, I'm going to turn a little bit of a blind eye and say I would hope that the referees are saying, we can't fucking ticky-tack. We can't fucking ticky-tack.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're just like, fuck,
I'm definitely not a fan of when the ref does something, and this is and I don't hate LeBron, but the facial expression he makes when he tries
He's
to
an actor.
complain to
Oh.
the ref. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the biggest baby. Like,
Yeah.
He's like he's 6'8", 230, and
I'm
he like
really?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
I think
come
he
on.
blows over.
he finally did kind of cool it with the flopping because he was getting fucking fined, and
Years
that's
ago.
Oh yeah,
to me-
okay.
And that to me is like that's why he'll never be as good as Jordan, and and
Yeah.
as well as I remember the last series that he was in that they lost when they lost in the finals.
Yeah, the Golden
when
State
it's
one.
like they're down like 8 points, LeBron's sitting on the bench. No,
Yeah, well,
Michael Jordan
the
would
mental-
never,
yes,
and I'm not
yeah,
even
yeah.
a Jordan fan like
Yeah,
that. I've
yeah,
never
no, you're
been,
right, you're right.
but Jordan would not have been sitting on the bench.
He was
never,
mental,
never.
There's
He would have been
there's
like,
a
"Word,
piece
I'm not
of
in the
old
game.
school
Fuck you, I'm going home."
There's
Like
a,
that.
There's a tradition and respect to the game that he don't have. He's more of the entitled, I'm super tall, grew up kicking ass.
Yep.
Everyone sucked
Yeah.
my balls when I was younger.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Because he was so much taller than him. He
Yeah,
was hitting him in the head
exactly.
anyway.
Slapping him. Earl Grey.
Yeah. But no, I mean,
don't know.
obviously,
I'd like to give him a cerebral. Like, I mean, he is a freak in nature, though. No,
he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
He's an amazing player.
because here's the other thing. Okay, so we again talking about a greatest, and what I was thinking, how come Bill Russell never gets brought up into this? I mean, he's got the championship trophy named after himself. The guy's got 10 rings. You know what I'm saying? But people will still say, like, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? LeBron. Like,
I agree because he was actually the first black player to come in the NBA, right?
No, I don't think he was the first black guy, but he was
center for Celtics.
Yeah, he was center for the Celtics.
I just saw the documentary. He was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, he's going to be the first in probably one thing for a long time, and that's 10.
Yeah.
He won 10 championships. You know.
And the only way that I see LeBron catching that is if LeBron, I think he's going to hurt his legacy because especially if he doesn't win with the Cavs this year, no way he's staying. And I think he's going to try to go to a team where he's going to, win.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think he'd go as crazy as to go to Golden State. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
But
I don't think that'll happen.
I think
but
he'll try to go to like maybe the 76ers, maybe the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like just some.
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, there's a
I think he's
handful of teams, but
yeah. Like if LeBron went to the Rockets,
But
they would
I was just
probably,
about to say the
you know what I
Rockets.
mean?
that's a possibility.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's why I think he's going to try to then like pick and choose to try to not pad the stats, but pad his championships because what he only has 3.
Yeah, 3. Yes.
But
And you
that
would
would
think
be
that he
beast
has a
squad
lot
with
more.
Him, Harden,
Yeah.
Paul.
But I can't say. Again, I hate to say it, but you can't be mad at him, right? Because
No, 'cause
that's
it's
part
the-
of the to be able to. Cause he doesn't owe Cleveland anything. It'd be the greatest story
Yeah.
in the world. You know what I'm saying to boy from
Personally,
Cleveland.
I don't want him to complete anything. I want him to go down the fucking toilet, flush.
Yeah, I definitely don't think.
So we're like Jordan Camp all the way. Like who would you say?
If talking about that, I'm actually I'm a big fan of Magic right now. When watching this documentary, it started with the Celtics talking about Russell. He was. They said he was the first African American. They also said the Celtics were the first team to start 5 black players. That's why the whole race was hot in Boston at the time.
Yep.
But they were winning championships, but
Yeah,
no one
so
went to the
did- yeah.
game in the 50s and 60s. And then when the Lakers came out, but one thing that got me about Magic Johnson was when Irving got hurt for the final game, Game 7. And he went on because Irving goes on the plane first, gets a seat for the captain's seat. And Magic told the coach, he said, "Coach, let me play center this Game 7. Let me get on the plane first," because he wants to boost the morale of the team.
Yeah.
Gets on the plane first, sits in his seat, and everyone on the plane, he gets a smile, gets them riling up, and then they go to play the game. Starts him at center, ends up winning the game.
Yeah. I think that was with the
their
baby hook
fucking-
game. I think maybe
For his
right.
first ring too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Magic is just he is Magic.
Yeah.
That
Or
was
what
one of
about?
the things too is Magic could play any position,
Yes.
which was like
Yeah,
holy shit, dude.
But again,
That's why
like I
I
said,
think-
so could LeBron though.
And I
you
mean,
know.
we have to see who has more money, Magic or Michael, because they both have their claws deep into basketball.
Yeah. You know what? That is
I'm kind of curious.
I
on
would.
that one.
It's tough because Jordan. There's the shoes, but he doesn't make. But also Jordan's fucking invested in prisons, so Jordan's got the
It's tough to
360
see.
of like I
Yeah,
sell
well,
the
no,
shoes.
Magic had
Magic,
some,
though.
yeah, but I also heard like a lot of his stuff went like down south, like I know
Magic's-
he had the movie thing,
The movie
you know what I'm saying? I
theaters,
think he
yep.
had a fast food
He had to pay
chain
for
or
a
something.
cure for AIDS, so that costs a lot of money.
Yeah, you never know how much
If
that hit
he-
him in
yeah.
the pocket. So.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
Yo, that was crazy.
How much
though.
to cure some? Oh
You got
shit,
the money, you get the fucking cure.
dude! Imagine that conversation of like, yeah, we can fix it. How much?
At that time, it's probably like 10, 20 million.
Right?
Because
Sign it
Magic
over.
Johnson got, there was one contract he got 15 or 20 million for 1 year.
Was that one comeback year where he had HIV and got cut? Remember
No,
that?
that was
He got cut.
No,
that was-
you don't
that
remember
was
that?
prior
Well, I
to-
remember
yeah,
him
I
coming back. I
remember
remember a lot of it coming back.
This was before that. This was when he was becoming the biggest name. The owner
You
of
talking about Magic or Michael?
Magic.
Okay, yeah.
The owner
I got
of
the answer to that
the owner
question.
of the Lakers at the time was Dr. Something, whatever his
Yeah,
name
Jerry
was.
Buss.
And
Yep.
they were tight. Like
Yeah. Oh, who
they were
wouldn't?
best friends. Best
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
And that's why the team didn't like Magic after a while because they're
Yep.
like, yo, either choose to be part of the team or go with that dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, I'm not gonna So this is the life.
Yeah,
right.
Y'all just poor people.
No, I said, real quick, say my name.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Poof.
I'm gone,
Exactly.
motherfucker.
All right, so quick answer to your question though, and I was pretty sure I didn't know it was this far
20
away.
million to cure AIDS. That's what it is. 20 million to cure AIDS.
So sign up here at 203-941-0045
Exactly.
to start your foundation. No, but Michael
Put
Jordan.
your down payment.
Magic is at 500 million net worth, and Michael's at 1.65 billion. So that
Okay.
Nike money is stupid money.
That Haynes
Yeah.
contract. That Haynes.
Yeah.
No, okay. No, Haynes
the
contract.
bacon
Yeah.
neck. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
The Haynes contract where they're like, hey, do you want to maybe try to turn this Hitler mustache
Well,
thing
I was
around?
just about to say, I think it was ad money for the Hitler mustache.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where he really got the money.
They were like, Mike, if it's anyone, it's you.
Yeah. What I need you to do is wear some denim stonewash with some rips
Yep.
and a little Hitler stash.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision, huh? Just go with, hey, man, just fucking go with this Hitler mustache real quick.
Yeah. But you know what though? I think his dad had it too, and maybe you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying he was,
I'm
Tribute
surprised
to his
there's
pops.
there's not too many Me Too movements going on in the NBA or just the sports arena in general.
It's nothing because in Me Too and NBA means like you got 8 kids, Me Too. Like that's what it means.
Yeah.
That's what Me Too means in NBA.
Me Too in the NBA
But speaking
is
of
like,
Me Too,
fucking Amber Rose in the hip hop Me Too.
Yeah.
Like every person's been through her.
speaking
And then she tries to own it, which I think is the
She
dumbest
actually
thing.
just
And
cheated
that's
on 21 Savage. with,
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like you can be who you want to be, but the whole like this new term of slut shaming to
Yeah.
where like so first you take the word slut and then you pretend that's not a bad thing, and then you're shaming me for being no. Being a slut is a bad thing, so that's why people are making fun of you and shaming
Yeah.
you for it. Like it's not a.
but see,
they're trying to flip it, and make it like her slut walk.
They're almost trying to flip it into how black people took power of the N-word, and they're just like, no, see, I am a slut, and everyone's like, okay, like that doesn't make it good, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't make it good.
I'm awash in this vulgarity. I love
Exactly.
it. I'm dirty.
yeah.
Nah, but and then there's a lot of fake bravado involved in that
Yeah,
because
of
like
course.
you know when they go home and lay in bed at night, like oh shit, I don't really want to be called a slut, but
Or
I mean
at
I
the
have to
point
try to
when they're
fucking.
like, shit, they're gonna someone that they love and care about is gonna be younger than they're gonna watch this shit. It's like,
Your kid's gonna grow up one day and be like, so
Exactly.
wait, Ma, you're a
Ma,
slut?
what-
What is this?
But maybe, yeah, I guess
it's
I'll
strange.
take.
It's strange.
take
the
the-
world
yeah.
we're living in, it's like we did a tribute song to him. The doctor, the judge.
Judge
Wapner,
Wapner, no.
Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, Phil,
Uncle
Uncle
Phil.
Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Yes,
Yeah,
but, he said something. What did he say about he was doing a article with someone, and he talked about be careful what you put on radio or TV because it's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and it's like that simple thing. Like it's like the scene in the
Well, it's
Matrix
teaching
when
this-
he opens
teaching-
the door and it's all the TVs.
Yep.
And you're like, okay.
It's teaching, and again, that message is taught to kids. I remember hearing it, for a while. But yeah, what goes out there kind of stays out there.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
And of course, it is completely a double standard of men can sleep with whoever they want and women can't. But it's just one of those. It's fucking nasty. Like, don't do this shit. It's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
203-941-0045. Tell me that you
That is
disagree,
for
and I'll
sure.
tell you to fuck
Is
yourself.
it our business? Is it anybody's business? You know what I'm saying? Are you just being foolish for talking about what you just did and trying to justify what you just did? Trying to.
Well, exactly.
Own it,
That's part of
you
it that
know?
I feel is they try to do the false bravado and own it. It's the Eminem 8 Mile shit. It's like, no, I said this so you couldn't say it first. And it's like,
You know what?
You're
You know
still
what?
a
Though?
slut.
Welcome to America. This is America. Commander-in-Chief does it.
Commander
Shit.
and chief.
He does it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think we're all a little cuckoo crazy for everyone to when you were saying about something about trying to justify the things that people have done, it leads me personally to the Kuru Queen. I wrote down Miss Hillary Rodham Clinton. She's I can't wait for the time for these people to get arrested and just to be like, how could you do the things you've done? That's just what I think personally. I just can't.
I know.
wait.
Still waiting. I'm
can't
waiting.
wait. I'm waiting
I'm
too.
waiting.
Tell me
It's
about
beginning of the
Hill.
year.
What happened?
Well, I know.
No, I was just telling you before how all the rumors about her disgusting acts with children and kids.
Do you think the man that's on YouTube that said that he woke up to Hillary Clinton eating his ass,
I don't
do you
know.
think he might be telling the truth?
Who knows about him? I haven't heard it. I have to watch it first to read his eyes and body language. But
read his anus language to see if it's been.
Maybe his anus.
There's a look in a man's eyes when he had his tongue swirled in it where you could tell if he's telling the truth or not.
Oh my goodness.
Man's eyes when he's
I'm waiting for that, and I'm waiting for supposedly John McAfee. Speaking of before, we said something about people eating dicks. Still down for his bet to $1 million in 2 years. He just made another bet saying within the month Bitcoin will reach 15,000.
Really? See, that's not
now,
good.
Wait, now,
that
who's
ties
the bet
into-
with?
Yeah, see?
Huh?
Who's the bet with?
Yeah. Who's
Oh,
covering
no,
it?
he's
Yeah.
just making claims.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no,
He's
because you.
making
All right,
claims,
it was
yeah.
just how you worded
Yeah.
it then, because you like he made it. I
The
thought you
first
made a bet
one
with
is
someone.
a solid bet. He made it with the world. I don't know how.
He's gonna
I
collect.
don't know how we're gonna hold him accountable.
I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
paying if it doesn't, because but. Yeah, no, crazy man. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: scary for him to say something like this because I was talking about that. Maybe
Leads to the manipulation of
exactly.
people
You know what I'm
checking
saying? Right now, like I said, there was that article. Department of Justice supposed to be investigating Bitcoin manipulation, and when he says something like this, it makes you say like, well, yeah, if this guy's got this much money, he can kind of do a bunch
Yeah.
of little transactions, and
Or if there's enough people listening to him because it did just drop from 9 to 7, so.
Great time.
When it drops down to 7, is that when he's yelling at everyone to
Yeah,
buy? Or
yeah,
what, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, what is it?
yeah, get his little birds of prey.
Because, dude, I'm telling you, you got to watch the documentary on him.
I will.
He's
I
a
will. I
fucking
gotta see that,
nutbag.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's out of his fucking mind. Like, for real. Like,
every time I
he's.
see him, I know he just snorted coke.
Yeah.
See, and here's the thing: back in the elections, right? When all the debates were going on, the only way to watch a libertarian debate was to watch it online. You know what I'm saying? So here I am trying to watch these things, and I got John McCain. John
McAfee.
McAfee in there, and I'm thinking the same thing. I was just like, this dude's
guy.
just.
Zoot it!
If
Zoot it
real
and
quick,
boot it!
Exactly.
if you weren't looking, you know what I'm saying, and listening in snippets, I'm feeling him. I was just like, this is the guy. And then when I turn around, he's just fucking looking like this. I was just like, oh.
No, but and you got to watch the documentary, too, because he's the dude that thinks absolutely nobody else notices. And you're just like,
Right
no,
there,
bro.
right behind.
We see
that
it all.
Scarface picture is what he is.
Yeah,
In the end of
yes,
Scarface,
yes.
where he's,
Yes.
everybody knows the famous poster. That's
No, it's one of those things like he thinks nobody knows because he was being tracked down for murder. And like, so he dressed up like an old guy and because he was bringing in people to interview him to get his story out there. So like, you know him, you know what he looks like.
Yeah.
So now picture him putting like flour in his hair
And the
and
wigs that we
walking
have.
with a limp.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fooled you, didn't I? And the guy doing the interview, he's just like, I obviously knew it was him the whole time, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want him to fucking run away. And like they took a picture of him in the, disguise, and you're like, yeah, you're fooling nobody, bro. So
it's
he's just
funny.
one of those, he's out there. But I mean, hey, he's a fucking millionaire doing his thing, so I can't, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
Not mad at him. I'm jealous.
Crazy, yeah. I'm just waiting to see the hype. All the hype. So far, all the hype on cryptos has obviously been wrong.
Has been hype.
It has been hype, yeah.
So he says by the end of July or June.
I'm going to say he's going to probably make it seem like August.
Not next month. Okay.
That's his Twitter feed.
No, I feel you. I'm not putting it on
We'll
you.
see.
I'm putting it on
Yeah,
him.
well,
July
and for those
31st.
watching 4
Yeah,
or
yeah.
5 shows forward, we'll have more information.
Right.
July
tie
31st
in with
is
it.
the
Yep.
day that we could come back and fucking
Yeah. That's
blast his ass.
another interesting one. I like that to see, if the NFL thing, how that comes across with the fines, if they raise up, see if the Bitcoin thing jumps how,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are saying now. Because I know that you listen to a lot of other people with the Bitcoin
Yeah.
thing too. Is anybody saying, yes, he's right?
A lot of people are going with the whole possible because a lot of people are thinking that by the end of this year, Bitcoin will get at least up to 35,000. But now there's people saying that so there's people that called Bitcoin will come down to 7,200, but then it's gonna bounce up for a bit, come back down, but it won't break below 7,000 supposedly. There's a few other people though that think it might go down to 6,500, and if it goes to 6,500, expect for the bear market to go until some people think down to $2,000. But if it doesn't go below 7,000, it's gonna keep playing this game. 7, make his money to 8,000, make it to 9, sell it back down to 7,200 until it doubles, and then from there is when the fire starts. That's
More
really,
fire.
Yeah,
that's
bye.
really the only way.
It's interesting, man. I
Interesting,
like
yes.
I like having a small amount invested in it, and I I like watching the game. I like playing the game a little bit. It's kind of cool. Speaking of playing a game, playing some bullshit games.
Tell 'em.
Imagine you're a background dancer for Britney Spears. Okay, you do your thing. You've been there. You said that. You've done that. You get married to her. You hit this home run out of fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? You hit this grand slam. Boom. Have a couple kids. You're locked in for life.
Yes.
Get divorced, of course, because of who you are as a person and who she is as a person.
Only makes sense.
Kevin Federline, puts out,
K-Fed?
of course, a horrible rap album, all that other stuff.
Yep.
Tried to wrestle for the album,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Right? Wasn't really
probably for
the
the
career,
promotion.
but
So now currently gets $20,000 a month.
okay.
Just to.
So for child support, for taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many
And
kids?
now I think two.
So 20,000 per kid.
No.
I think 20. So I
Yeah.
think 10 per
Okay.
kid.
Yeah.
But regardless of, I don't care what your kid is, unless they're severely, medically troubled,
Pampered.
they don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
fucking $20,000 a month. So now
Lifestyles.
he pops out. He's back in the news because that's not enough. He wants $60,000 a month to take care of some fucking kids. And
Yes, about the kids. I'm with them. I feel them.
And me, what I think's gonna happen to him, because this is what happened to 50 Cent's baby's mother. 50 Cent was throwing her like $20,000 a month. She wanted more. 50 Cent went back to court and was just like, boom, got it knocked down to like $8,000 a month. And I hope that shit happens to him, man, because I think a lot of people, the famous fucking, I think Jim Carrey said it. I wish everyone could be rich so they would realize that's not the answer.
Yeah.
Fuck you, because only rich people say that. So I think people forget what it's like to struggle to pay a bill and to do all that other stuff, to where you're getting $20,000 a month and you're just like, man, this isn't good enough. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that shit's gonna come back and bite him in the fucking
It's
ass.
not. I say give him 60. Give him 100. She's worth it. Watching
He's
your
worth
kids.
it.
Watching your
Ungrateful
kids.
bastards.
Yeah. She's out there living in from hotel to
So
hotel.
that's my question, though. So he was actually given custody because he's the better parent?
Well, I mean,
Probably 'cause
sadly,
he's- I think probably because he's not doing anything, so there's probably more stability for the
Yeah.
kids. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? $60,000 if that's what it takes for these kids to be stable.
he's sold.
Hey,
Oh, man.
my question is this: Brittany is worth how much?
I don't know.
And she can't come to the fact.
Come on, let's get into some mom shaming now. Come on now.
She feels that she's being extorted, obviously.
And right?
And he feels that
somebody
he's
chose
being ripped off because he has a mother, he has a baby mama that makes millions, and this fucking chick is over here not giving her kids enough money that she made.
I
Granted,
can't
I get it.
imagine that
Granted,
they're.
you know what? But maybe there's a possibility of, maybe there's a house that he has to pay off. And that's why he needs more money.
I can't imagine that the kids are hurting for anything.
Well, no, that's the thing.
I just
can't
can't-
imagine the kids hurting, but
Child
the
support
way the
goes to
game
what,
is
though? Shelter,
played,
right? It
well,
goes
no,
to
it goes to the children's needs. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
school
so
books
that's
closed, the
shelter,
kid's
school,
hungry.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the kid may need because you're not there. You know
It
what I'm
goes to
saying?
the children's needs, but that's not monitored on anything. Like I tell you, my
But
boy
that's-
has to pay his baby's mother $150 a week. Does not go to his kid. Guarantee you that.
No, but
you know
see,
what I'm
that's
saying?
the thing, though. Here's the easiest way to make the example. And again, then you have to compare it to
There should be
Then you have to compare
a
it to a
smart token.
Well, no. Here's the thing. This
used for
is now you're getting into like it leads to
cryptocurrency.
So
the
here's
future
the
of
thing
child
though. Here's
support.
child support. Okay, look at it
You
this
can
way.
only mark transactions for what it's for. You can't take your money to the nail salon because that's part of a
No, but hold
child
on.
support money
Listen.
token.
I agree.
Okay, if you want to break it down that way, but look at it as from a roommate point of view, right? Say we're all roommates, right? And the rent is $999.
Stop eating my fucking burritos in the fridge.
No, okay. So
Okay.
look at okay. So the rent is $999. Okay, so we all agree that we're going to pay it equally. So we're
$330.
all going to pay $330 a piece. Okay. So rent time comes up. Okay, rent time comes up. I go ahead and I pay the rent. You give me $330. You give me $330. The rent's paid, right? That day that you give me $330 and you give me $330, I come back with this, Xbox and TV and shit. Are you guys going to be mad because you gave me rent money and I went out and bought?
As long as the rent is paid, I give two shits what you do.
Exactly, as long as-
That's the answer to the question. So the caretaker, for the most part, it is a woman. She's coming out of pocket first. This money is replenishment money that they're coming. We're acting like this is the get off the line and go. Okay, what do you need this week? You need diapers? Go. Well, guess what? The providers have been providing. The money that is being paid is catch-up money. That's
I
why
see.
I say I feel you. I'm 100% in your camp. But then we have to say, like, well, look at it from the eyes of a mother, okay? She needs, okay, in the beginning, what do you need?
So that's saying K-Fed got receipts full of shit saying, yo, I've been paying mad
Well,
shit.
no, here
Instead of
in his
20,000,
situation, this
I
is
need
how
60,000.
this is the fucked up part about how the payments get put out. It's what's the parent make, and it's a percentage of what the parent makes versus what the system deems as affordable because the two parents couldn't come up with something. So again, in a clean slate world,
$20,000.
the parent can say, "Look, I need a gallon of milk every week. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need sneakers. Come with that figure. But the truth is, you don't have a receipt for having a kid. Shit comes up. You know what I'm saying? You forgot about the play practice and the whatever and signed them up for camp or whatever. Camp cost, $300. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're giving me $50 a week. You know what I'm saying? I paid the $350. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for your money and I gotta go get my nails, so I'm gonna go get my nails done. And now you're like, oh, wait a minute, I gave you $50. You're gonna go get your nails? No, motherfucker, I put in $350 to put your fucking kid in camp for a week. That you still owe me this $50 I paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that on the small level, yes, but
level.
not in their level. I don't see that. No,
there's a lot of
in the K-Fed Britney level.
Depends.
No, I don't.
Well, no, because there's a lot of dudes out there that are knocking up. Dude, you're very, very stupid. Okay, men, you're more. Women, you're so smart and you don't realize how smart you are. Men, you're so stupid for having kids and not being a father. Okay?
So stupid you think you're smart.
All right, because then boom, you're behind the 8 ball once you don't want to assume the role.
Yep.
I
think it was Shaquille O'Neal that said biological didn't bother. Okay?
Right?
That's just
took me from a boy to a man.
Shit.
But
YouTube it.
So like I said, you're totally. You're right, but like I said, once you step into the role of the caretaker position, it is viewed a little different. Like I said, if you take it from that split rent point of view and taking it on that due date, because that's how most of the men putting it out, like, oh, how much do you need this week? And I got to give out,
Child support coin coming here first from the 3-piece and the biscuit.
Yeah, right.
You cannot use this money for
support
nails.
Coin. We're gonna give them the no food stamp. We're gonna give them vegetable boxes, right?
Yes.
And with the WIC
pack
checks,
of seeds,
yineal.com,
right?
Okay.
Coming here.
Let us know if you're out there paying this fucking child support. 203-941-0045. Or if you just collect child support and chill the fuck out.
Tell them why you mad. Or you happy.
Call or text
Right.
203-941-0045.
Oh, you know what I want to hear?
I'm curious. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was about to say to Tyan, call us up if you get the alimony and the child support. Tell us how you did that.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, you harpooned a whale or something.
I remember me and my brother were at my mom, like, don't do that.
Yeah,
One or the other, don't do that.
I mean, we're talking about women and I don't know, rights, but you talk about Saudi Arabia and women's
we
rights.
talk about.
I wonder if there's any child support cases going on over there, right? They
No,
be
no,
in love with that shit.
There's a bunch of beheadings going on over there. No fucking. Oh, you want that? No.
Yeah, there's a reason they wear the mask because sometimes they cut their tongues.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, women's rights are again very bad in Saudi Arabia. But we ain't gonna do nothing about that because they got some oil and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna focus on Syria and shit and
Craziness,
that other
crazy.
So now they got the right to drive, and now is that still available?
It's still
some?
it's still available, but they're being watched when they get together. Any time of forming of any type of women's rights,
A flock, if you will.
If I don't know if it's women's rights, if it's equality, whatever you want to call it.
Maybe because they fear the unity of women.
They just started letting them drive a couple years ago.
Yeah, they're like, this bitch might run me over. I've been treating her like shit. You want to give her a car?
That is true. Like, I beat this bitch for cooking the rice wrong, and now she can have a $3,000, 3,000-pound vehicle
Or
whipping.
Maybe they're mad because they're just like, dude, she's only 12. Like, even in America, you got to be 16 to drive. That might be the other part too.
Shit.
And that's the thing, man. I wonder what happens. What if she crashes? Like, it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you still get stoned? You know what I'm saying? Like,
probably just run up on her and beat the shit out of her. You know what I mean? Speaking of getting stoned, what's up with the Air Force getting really high?
I know. Yeah. LSD.
I didn't hear much. Please tell me more.
All right, so we're gonna have to fill this in. I think we both heard pieces.
Yep.
So on the Air Force base in Montana or Wisconsin, right?
Could have been. Let's go with it.
But we have the general location. So what we have to figure out is the middle of nowhere, kinda.
Yeah.
There's an Air Force base. And there was an LSD ring going on.
Well, first of all, when you're in the middle of nowhere, that's when you know you got drugs involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, but go ahead.
No, but so it cracked down. Short story short. a long story short, and we'll fill it in. But there were some arrests made. A lot of people, not a lot of people. I know of 2 that were court-martialed, basically for what was going on, but they said that they weren't, high on duty. But the group of people that were arrested with this court-martialed, the group that were court-martialed, all acknowledged taking LSD while being enlisted in the
and while guarding weapons, while guarding
now do you know who knows what weapon system they're defending?
No, I do not.
Me. That's where they're defending against a nuclear attack.
Oh,
so the people defending us on our northern border, where we don't need the
freaking
wall,
the fuck
we don't need the wall because they're tripping on LSD, fucking
just balling
with
out
the nuke buttons.
Oh no! So does it say anything about how much money was made off of the drugs, like as far as the ring?
No, no.
The cartel.
But words like cartel was used. So again, I don't know if it was creative journalism or if it was kind of a big fish that was caught. I do believe the military does catch a lot of the big fishes though. Whether they choose to continue to.
That was an interesting story because I think there was part of a catch and release because they said I think it was 12 people got caught up in it. 3 people were released, 2 court-martialed, and I think there's still 7 still in the mix of we're trying to figure out who did what. But
Snitch 2018 coming to a military near you.
Especially in the military. Those are blue falcons called buddy fuckers.
Dude, in the times that I've taken LSD, I want a calm, cool environment. Not garden fucking holy shit.
It depends again.
They're all hugging them and shit. And like you create peace.
I know. Or the lights, right? The lights are just so fucking trippy,
Oh man.
That's so
only
nuts,
in the Air Force can you truly get high, okay? That's the highest you can get in the Air Force.
True.
And the Air Force is going to be, remember before, I don't think we got into, but when Trump was talking about having a space program, the Air Force was going to be the one that was going to be heading it. So
they were probably on LSD when they made the fucking negotiations.
Talking about it, right? I think Trump was in those conversations like, what, you want a space program, man?
We can make it happen.
Done.
I'll get Kanye on this shit.
What do I got to get rid of? Education. Fired.
That shit is amazing, man.
Yes.
And I wonder how they got caught. If it was because this is another thing talking about the FBI. But I wonder how they got caught. Was there any word on how they got caught? Was it somebody left a sheet of LSD laying around? Somebody left a dabber. Somebody
there
left
was
a
guy
dropper?
running around in his underwear, screaming.
Well,
at,
I did
just not pop drug tests. I bet.
Well, they
probably,
and then
probably.
Boom,
Yeah.
This guy comes in, start ratting.
That could be because I did read that there was one guy who had a really bad trip and was like, "Make it end now," was like screaming in an area he shouldn't have been about "make it end now" and all that other stuff.
That was the fire starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Falling arms,
more than a
we're over
dozen
here.
disciplinary actions, convicted, distributing.
Air Force, LSD.
Yes, it was a screening, drug test.
Drug test. Got it.
Yes,
There it is.
but hold on though, because they may have just
Why'd it
noticed
work?
maybe he was acting awkward. So it was in Wyoming.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
the
no
airmen took
keeping cool
drugs,
on LSD.
ecstasy, cocaine.
He was on LSD. And
Here's
he
the
had
other
a
thing
bottle of red Gatorade trying to fake it for piss. And
Here's
shit.
here's the thing that here's the other
Yeah, I'm
thing.
pissing blood, man. It's no big deal. I'm pissing blood. We're fine.
Here's the
I
other
thought I had
thing.
lemon lime.
And I think people will tell you that when they say LSD, you know that I don't think anybody is just like, no, LSD is my choice. No, you're doing other shit before you're just like, let's take some LSD too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so in the racket, because this may be most of the drugs, but there was also ecstasy, marijuana, and cocaine.
Wow.
Of course.
So
Yeah,
they
they
were
were out
running
there
it.
doing it.
Oh, yeah. Called to duty. Wow.
So maybe there were no snitches in that case then.
Yeah, nope.
But Mike, tell us about this FBI thing where they're trying to snitch.
FBI
They're like,
wants to be subpoenaed because they're tired of the past stuff from the Comey team and all the other squads that
used to be McComey.
They said,
used to
act
be,
like you
they
don't
used to
know
be
me.
in charge, and they were taking orders of stuff that they didn't want to do, and some of them are now like, yo, I'm willing, I'm ready, just
you know what?
send the paperwork.
What's that sound like? Does that sound like good news, or does that sound like fake
It
news?
sounds like it should be something. Once again, John McAfee.
Eat my dick. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat my dick.
Exactly. Hard to swallow is what it is. It's not. I'm
That's
not.
cocaine
I'm not too
talk.
sure what it is, but
That is cocaine talk.
it is news. So
What I love about it, and then what turned me off right away about it was, wait a minute, you're asking for permission to tell the truth. Like that's what the individual is saying, that my job description and title is prohibiting me from doing what I really want to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, hit me first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want to fight. So here's my
That's-
other part about it.
The way you say it though, that makes sense. Like it's kind of the only way that they could speak out without being
Without saying I'm a
targeted.
whistleblower, right? Otherwise, you're a whistleblower, and then like you're gonna mysteriously disappear. Yeah, no, right?
yeah.
No, these are
These are things that happen.
Yes,
People
yes.
disappear, people die.
But my thing is, where is, you guys tell me, the other organizations are really playing low on this. The FBI seems like they're just tripping over their own dick every single step of the way.
My crazy conspiracy opinion is everything you hear going on that they're pointing at targeting Trump for is everything that's already been done by the Democratic Party. That's what I think, personally.
That could be.
But again, I
wanna
would
know how
say,
it got out, like, because the story got out, but did it get out as who are the people that want to be subpoenaed? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Because that's an interesting thing too. Is if
titles or
who gets subpoenaed that comes up with, you get, you know, this guy wants to tell something and this guy wants to tell something, and the stories are just not adding up.
At the same time, when you guys shared that story with me, the same day, the report came out how Trump wanted to investigate the Department of Justice regarding whether he was being watched or not. So that tells me, all right, well, wait a minute. They're asking, can we be questioned? Trump is saying, go ask some questions. So this would say we should be getting some questions and answers, no?
Hopefully.
leading to it.
Right, yeah,
But
you know?
But it all depends on who you're asking the question to, because there could be this dude, you know,
Informants,
Bradley Adams,
right?
stand-up guy who's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm the guy that comes in here and I'm going to say everything that I'm supposed to say, and they're not going to find out anything.
Hey.
Or if they ask the wrong dude, he's going to open up the floodgates.
And
you know what
here's
I mean?
proven fact that we know. Like I said, I'll knock the man down because again, country before the president. But Trump has had his own. He's been his own PR guy. You know what I'm saying? His own informant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so when he hears things, you know, like that's, you know, did he hear it from an informant? Like that's, you know.
It'll be interesting though if and then
I want it
you have
though.
to-
You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
put him
yeah,
on,
yeah.
put him on, and put somebody
Yeah.
up there.
I feel you on that
happen.
too,
You know?
but
I
then
think so.
it's got to be, you know, how many people are in the FBI. It's got to be the right person that comes out, and then is the person that's actually going to speak, if they ever get the opportunity to speak, are they speaking because they're trying to protect themselves, or did they do something wrong and now they're just like,
'Cause
yeah, but check out all this shit. You know what I mean? Is it the
think
bait and switch?
what else?
The big
Is it the
people,
banana in the
they gotta
tailpipe?
go and get the little bugs first. So like they're gonna be going after the
No, they
names
know
that we
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like the names that
They gotta
aren't out
protect
there.
the names that we
like
don't know.
Like the assistance of people. You know. Like,
Yeah.
But we'll see. We shall see. Shout out to the Steam team. Shout out to the Google Plus squad. We got the YouTube. We got the Facebook. We got the Uber.
Uber dooby doo.
We got the hotline,
got the
203-941-0045. Call or text 203-941-0045.
Do you guys want episode 21 all grown up now? Is this can we hang out a little later? I mean, I know to our big flock of fans, we are at the 60-minute mark.
Flocka.
There's a lot of things that happen, so again, I'm gonna run down real quick because we're at 60 minutes. You guys chime in. I think we filled in a couple subjects. Let's see what we go.
Being 21 years old, the 31-year-old man that can't get out of his house got evicted, right?
That's right. You guys heard about that one. 30 years old. He went to court saying that he had to be properly served. Parents gave him everything. You guys read the story? Did you hear about it?
Yeah. He was the definition millennial. That's what he was. You
Right?
know,
I think
he's
so. Yeah.
definition millennial.
Alex
He
Jones
tried.
even put him on his TV show to kind of bash him a little.
Yeah, he
He's like,
tried to.
I'll give you a job, but why are you not doing it? You know, like
Yeah.
There's gay frogs out there. Why aren't you doing anything about them?
Would you like to sign up to be a test tube pig?
Exactly.
I got a program in LSD.
Take these pills.
Listen, first thing, get drunk, take your shirt off.
You know, actually, we forgot. We never, we never had it. And only, you know, what about the voice of God? Sad
Oh,
times,
man.
right? You know where I'm
Morgan.
going with this? Morgan
I was
Freeman.
gonna take up more time, but yeah, go.
Right? Do we come back to it? You know what though? When we come next episode, maybe there'll be more news because
Yeah,
coming up
yeah.
on this one, just announced. Are we saddened by this?
It might be follow up.
Oh, it's got to be. You just don't attack the voice of God like this without proof.
People know if they don't know.
Yeah, well,
Morgan Freeman, right? Accused
Morgan
of sexual
Freeman
assault.
accused by over 8 women. of-
8? Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
of sexual
Man,
assault,
they
and
had
he
fast.
fucked up immediately because at first he came out and said, "I'm sorry if my actions offended anyone." Blah blah blah. Then 2 days later, came out and said, "I didn't do anything." That's what you say first. First
Yeah.
you say,
Yeah.
"I didn't do anything."
Then you
Bitches
say,
is tripping. Bitches
Yeah.
is lying.
Well, I said
You don't
let's-
say if my actions perhaps offended anybody. No. Don't do that stuff. Come on, you've been speaking long enough. You should know what the fuck to say.
Yep.
You know.
Like I said, let's wait and see because now what's going to happen is one, is it going to get passed under? Because again, this was you wonder the way they drop things, because this also happened in the same week that what's his name did the perp walk on Weinstein. You know what I'm saying? Like he
in jail now.
yeah.
He's considering doing a
So
documentary.
I know, right? Just
Fucking
greedy
ridiculous.
fuckers.
Yeah, he's one. I think he still doesn't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
No,
he doesn't
no.
realize he's been laid out for the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
He's-
sacrifice.
He's the start of all this. Like that's
Yeah,
just to
he'll get
people
his show in a couple
loose.
years if he lives. If he manages to live some time in jail, he'll get a show when he's like when he loses about 80
Yeah.
pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
his documentary will be here to desensitize the nation on what's going on.
you know,
And boom, you got the Kuru Queen.
which I don't know. I don't know.
You know about that metal falling out the leg?
Speaking
That's all
of,
I know about.
Speaking of which, her lover, right, Mr.
Miss
the Obamas.
Abuddin.
No, the
Wife
Obamas.
of,
They signed with
Mr. Wiener,
Netflix.
the fucking dude that was sexting kids. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. These people are crazy. What were we saying?
No, we have our Obama and the Netflix deal. That big news.
Yes, I don't know. Y'all also heard Obama reaches out to Jay-Z to tell other rappers not to reach out to Trump the way Kanye did because it's gonna affect the polls.
Interesting.
You didn't hear
I
about
could
that?
see it happening though.
It's
Yeah,
funny
that-
how Obama, talking about Netflix, Obama makes fun of Trump being a reality TV person, and now he goes to Netflix to do it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much doing the same thing. Yeah, I don't
Hey.
understand why. Excuse me, I don't understand why Obama just doesn't, bro. Go on vacation, go somewhere, like, or maybe he misses the spotlight. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely what he misses.
Could be
He
possible.
misses his legacy. It's it's in the graphs of Mr. Trump.
That is a good point too, because kind of he did what he did, and then it is pretty much forgotten about because Trump came in
Yep.
so big and
Yep.
Yeah.
So
kinda
orange.
overshadowed everything. So orange,
The
sun-like,
glow.
if you will.
Yes, but we'll see what happens. Some
Yeah.
people are excited for this new president. Some aren't, obviously. Some are excited the old one's gone. Some aren't. So we'll see. What's
Anything else to knock real quick?
Yeah,
Just
I
a
was just about to
quick,
run down the
Yeah.
list real
Let's
quick.
go lightning
actually.
round on 'em.
You know, but Lyft and the electronic scooter. You guys ready to rent the scooter? Yeah, you nay?
Lift?
Those are gonna
Man
be
won the lottery 4
stolen.
times. How would you feel about that? 4 times in 6 months, win a couple
Feel
$1 million.
Lucky.
He knows something's going on. He knows the code.
Conspiracy news, maybe. China's considering ending the birthing limit. Right now, you can only have 1 child in China.
Because they want
Good
to take over
news,
the nation.
bad
now. They
news?
realized that they made a mistake that you had more kids.
End of times, if you read it, the big red army's coming from China. Facial recognition arresting 3 men. Is this scary? Is this true? Is this coming to a country near
That's
you?
been happening already.
And it is kind of scary because, man, was it correct? Was it, you know what I mean? Like who tests
Well, of
the
course, yeah.
accuracy of these fucking things?
According
You know what I mean?
to according to the Chinese reports, the correct person was there've been 6 total arrests
Yes.
since this has been rolled out, but 3 recently have all been correct.
I've seen
And I wonder, is it true with all the people say, was it from their Snapchats? Was it from, you know what I mean? The thing with you point at, you get a little bunny ears on your fucking head. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
I believe that there's
all
the
from,
cameras are set up
yeah,
like
from
in
the
like in
streets.
parts of China, cities
Yeah.
of China, like it's crazy Big
Airports,
Brother,
trains.
crazy,
Yes,
Big Brother. Like
cameras everywhere.
they might be telling you about no, it's the flu that we're watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like no, actually
Let's
we're,
guard your
we're
grill.
just trying to we're just trying to
Yes.
get around. We have sinkholes in the White House lawn. I wonder does that have anything to do with draining the swamp? You guys hear about that? Let's see. Sweden and sex, that's kind of gross. Morgan Freeman, that's also gross with sex. 2 people escaped from Ebola from the Congo. Should we be worried?
Yes,
Ebola outbreak?
epidemic.
Yeah,
Was
they'll
this
be
on
in
the
fucking New
Simpsons?
Haven for some fucking reason. In like when the what was it? The anthrax shit, and then all of a sudden, like there was somebody in New Haven.
Yo,
with it at
crazy.
the-
Well, what about Oxford, Connecticut, and the anthrax? That
Yeah,
was
that
crazy.
was
the
another one,
anthrax,
too.
you know what I'm saying? That was like right
The
down the,
envelope in the mailbox.
street. Yeah, whatever happened with that?
and in the tailpipe.
You know,
What about this Michigan mom?
Michigan mom deported. Yeah, she was late on her customs paperwork. She kept putting it off. The family was here for a very long time. She was
People
detained. The family,
Fascinating like a mug.
they tell the family, tell your mother, grab her belongings and meet us here. The family had no idea what was going on because that was the last call. So they get her things together, they bring it over there, and then all of a sudden, mom's on a bus back to I believe it was Romania or Albania or something.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also little context clues when you say, "Hey, pack up all your belongings and meet us over here."
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
expect to go back home. You know what I mean? Come on. And
But here's this ties into actually something personal. I knew I worked with a gentleman who ran a restaurant. He was from Albania, and he was telling me that a lot of people are talking about get the immigrants out of here, get the immigrants out of here. Like the U.S. isn't doing anything. There's a lot of people from I guess what part of Europe you might call Albania and but that are Romania that are being deported. You know what I'm saying? Like it is something going on. I think people are just overwhelmed. But so we had
Indiana school shooting.
Indiana school shooting. Tell us about that.
These are we should actually put time into these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're skipping. We're skipping.
We were told to go fast, but it's all right. This is the show you come to once a week, each week, to come back about last week. That's what we do. We tweak. We tweet. We do it all.
Don't tweet.
We tweak like the Air Force on LSD, baby. That's what we do. But you know who it is. Your boy Michael John at Chedda Mike. That's the Twitter. Shout out to the Steam team. Shout out to the Google Plus squad. Tell them where we at.
In the bucket. Fuck
we
it.
in the bucket. Fuck it. Lil Mattress at Lil Mattress, LILMATTRESS on all social media. Check out the new album that just dropped. It's called Pumpernickel. Look it up. It's spelled correctly. None of that hip hop jargon. Hit us up on this hotline 203-941-0045. Episode 21. Eat something.
Yes.
And drink something. You're old enough.